Hello, friends, and welcome to the Wednesday Pastors Update, which is actually now on a Thursday, for Thursday, October 1st. I'm going to try to keep doing these on Wednesdays. It just happens sometimes, I also want to say this is the second week in a row I've been using an interior office. Some of the places I go to try to record can have a little bit of construction or other noise outside. So I've had this opportunity to use an office space. It might look like I've been kidnapped. It's nothing of the sort anyway. It's just a nice quiet space. So a couple things to begin with for this update. Want to really be clear and invite people tonight, if you see this in time. So tonight at the Poor Choice at 7 p.m., there will be a live presentation of classic radio shows that I'm involved in, hence this beard mustache thing I've been growing. It's going to be really fun. I've talked about it before, and you'll be getting emails, another email from Barb about it. But at the Poor Choice, it's Thursday, October 1st at 7. 3 different shows. You might see a Western, you might see a melodrama, you might see something like a detective story. And then on Saturday, October 3rd, at the church parking lot, that's where, at the First Congregational Church parking lot, that will be another show. And that one will start at 6, so get there a little early. Just bring your own chair, bring your own refreshments. It'll be a blast. It's not going to be a late evening. But it's a lot of fun. I think there's going to be an Abbott and Costello performance at that night. Again, these are live performances with a Foley. And those that didn't grow up in the radio era, Foley is a sound effects person. So really a lot of fun. A great opportunity to just kind of get out of a rut, out of the house, experience some local theater, some local entertainment, and just have a great time in the process. So I really hope to see you there. There are other dates. Check the church website for some of the other dates that the church will be hosting, but also Poor Choice in Old Town Auburn will continue to have another 3 or 4 dates after this, generally on Thursdays at Poor Choice, and then Saturdays at the church parking lot. So please do come. And you can come more than once because we will be changing the shows up. There's a variety of shows, so it's not going to ever be the same show every night. Want to say that this coming Sunday, October 4th, is both World Communion Sunday and Neighbors in Need collection. So we talked about that last week, but I want to also thank Garth Chamblin again for making the wonderful bread that we'll be sharing for World Communion during the worship service. And then also just another plug for the Neighbors in Need collection that we'll be taking. You can send that at any time, and please make a check out to the church, to the First Congregational Church of Auburn, and just write Neighbors in Need in the memo line down below. Our Stewardship Campaign is coming up soon. You will be getting a letter from your friendly neighborhood treasurer, Scott Bond, in the near future. And the theme this year of our stewardship it has to do with we are what we practice. And it has been a difficult time, hasn't it, to sort of feel like we're really practicing what it means to be the church. Or at least by certain metrics, that's been the case. We've had to get creative with how we are doing what is important to do. We've moved to a lot of video. We've tried to continue to do some of the ministries that we've always done, in a creative way, and we're looking to continue that. And as we move into the stewardship, the month of stewardship, it was really 3 weeks in October, we will be asking for you to prayerfully consider making a pledge to continue to support your church. And I say that with gratitude for the ways that you have continued to support, and with thanksgiving for all the different people that have been involved, both in front of the camera and behind, to help so much continue to happen that's important with our ministries and our ongoing service to the community. But I also want to say that, there's going to be a time in the near future, and I'm thinking, again, if it continues to go like this, we could be introducing live worship opportunities again come November. And that's kind of what we're looking at right now. You will know definitively when those dates are, but we're really looking at it. And as I've said before, we'll continue to do the online, the virtual worship services, the recorded ones. We'll continue to offer those. So if you're not ready to come out yet, don't worry about it. You can still find us online in the ways you have for the last 6-7 months. But if you are feeling ready to come out, we're going to be offering something soon. Again, I'm not announcing a date, specific date yet, but we're thinking something socially distanced related, with masks, even in the church sanctuary, every other pew type thing, So that's coming. As long as the trajectory of our infection rates and all that, and the recommendations by the county and the state, all that good stuff, that if that continues going to positive, we are going to make that move, because it's time. We need church. We need each other. We need faithful community. We need support. We've long needed it through this time of pandemic, but also in this election season, where it is, sometimes it feels like it's hard to love your neighbor, is what it comes down to. Now, I hope and I pray that that's not true for a lot of you, that you get it, that you can still have, your disagreements, your conversations, you can still be who you are, vote for who you want, all that, and not allow those differences to interfere with the ties that bind, the humanity, the friendship, the love. But I have to tell you, even like 2 days ago, I had a conversation with my brother, who is not altogether on the opposite side of the political spectrum from me, but is quite distinct. And we got into it, and there was some heated times. It was not an easy conversation. And we brought it back around, but we talked in ways that I don't know if I've ever talked to him like that. And it just reminded me, and we put it back right. We took the time to do that by the end, but it illustrates how easy that is to have that happen, where regardless of your perspective, your political slant, your leaning, it is so easy to get triggered right now, because we're all at this level of thin buffer. We've all been pushed to so many different brinks. And so church is a powerful place to hold that, to not try to solve it, to not try to neuter it, to not try to kick out those we disagree with, but to find that place where our connections and our binds, our humanity is more important than our disagreements. At our best, we know that. We always know that. At our best. But man, it is hard to be at our best these days. And so, church, to me, one of the primary reasons that it is crucial for us to move in the direction of getting back together, even on a physical, limited basis, it's to remind ourselves of that. It's to put into practice that stewardship theme of we are what we practice. And what is it that we practice? We practice love, mercy, acceptance, forgiveness, truth, being who we are. These are the things that are the most important. This is what is critical. This is the essential stuff. And yeah, they're big topics, they're big themes, it's big picture stuff. And the day-to-day living, the minutia of human interaction, especially in a political time, it's challenging. But when is it more important to have a community like a church that can be that space that reminds us when we forget, that reminds us when we feel alone, when we feel lost, when we feel hopeless? It's that space to come and remember our Christ center and remember the lenses that we are asked to wear. And they're the Christ lenses, the ones that help us see that beyond the disagreements, beyond the surface stuff, there is a Christ, a cosmic level Christ within each person. And to see that and to know that is what can help get us through. It can help us get us through this pandemic, this election cycle, but it's far more than that. It helps us get through and appreciate what it's really all about, and not get tripped up so much, not get hung up on those other places that we often use as our assessments and say, that's the most important thing right there. And if I can't have that, that's my line in the sand, and then I write that person off or I dismiss them. Look, we need to be able to disagree with each other. Look, I'm not saying that it's all about being honky-dory and finding all the, yay, let's just be happy together, and that's what church is about. No, church is that place where we can come and disagree and yet still know the respect and the love and the community that is bigger than the disagreements. So I hope you're with me. I hope you're with me in wanting to be a part, continue to be a part of this church community, and that you're also then willing to take that step as you consider making a pledge to support this community as we seek to support each other and to continue to have such a positive impact and influence in the greater Auburn area, in this place that we all love. So thank you in advance for that prayerful consideration. And until we meet again on this weekend for worship, or maybe I'll see you at the radio shows, I hope you are all as well as you can be, and that you are held in the peace and the love of Christ. Amen.